Okay. Hello, this is Sean O'Donoghue, and then this is my tutorial of Google Earth. It's going to be an incredibly quick tutorial. I'm going to go over some of the basics on how Google Earth works. Alright, so basically, let me tell you how things work. Google Earth is basically a 3D image of the Earth on which you can click and drag and scroll your way around the planet. It's like those old ones that the teachers have, except you can do this by scrolling the middle mouse or clicking on these things right here, the minimizing and maximizing. You can find locations around the planet. You can just zoom into any location, find a photograph of the area which was taken by a satellite, and there you go. I'm at McPherson Town or whatever. Okay. Sorry, I'm moving very quickly, but I just want to make this brief and keep within everybody's attention span. Sorry for that. Alright, so these over here are little symbols. These represent photos or locations. For example, this is a gas station. Oh, in this case this is a shop, but it is a gas station. A church. These little things here, they're photographs of the place in question, and these are submitted by actual people who either live there or have visited there. And it's really cool. Excuse me, pardon my internet. I live in Mozambique, meaning it's really, really slow. Okay, basically this is how you zoom in on a town. What's really cool is, let's say that you're in here and you want to go further in. You want to see what's on that street right there. What you can do is you can zoom in like crazy, and you will eventually go into Street View. Ooh, there you go. Now, welcome to 105 North Maple Street. Alright, so, wow, this actually looks like a really nice place. I'm not of any certain religion. I mean, like, whatever floats your boat, people. Anyways, so this seems like a decent town. And this is the Street View. This is where this is where actual cameras, oh look, you can see a guy. This is where actual, vans, Google vans would drive around and take pictures of as many locations as they can. This is not always the case, but generally that's what happens, and it's a very painstaking progress, but this is how it is done. And they create a 3D image of the Earth, and you can kind of tour around, walk around the city. Let's say you're moving here, and you can look around. It's really, really helpful to just look at random locations if you're bored, or even other things such as, like, if you're going to move to this town, you know its general location. Or you can get directions to it, and then you simply look it up. You can look around the neighborhood, see if you like it or not, see if your apartment area is decent. Like, let's say I'm going to move in over here. I know that doesn't look like, I don't know what that looks like, but, and I see right here I'm near a bank. If you're a banker, that's pretty good. So yeah, next step is this search right here. This thing up top basically lets you search exact locations. Say, for example, I want to go to a street. I want to go to 19293, yes, in Springfield. That is where I want to be. Alright, so what you can do is you can put in your exact location. You always go your house number, street address, your city or town or whatever, and then you get and then you have your state if you're in the United States. Basically what happens is this. You end up, oh look, so you can just, oh yeah, look, sorry, just before we go, I'd like to show you that this is actually, you can see the image of the Google truck. You can see like the little, the shadow of the Google truck, and yes, you can tell it's a Google truck because look at the way the sun is shining and the other shadows, meaning that you can tell that this is the Google truck. Sorry, it's just a really, really cool little thing. Okay, so I don't know why it's being like this. So I want to go to New York City. I don't know why this is happening. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry if sometimes, normally when you click in a location, you double click. The problem with mine is I live in Mozambique, meaning my internet is not great, and often things go wrong. Alright then. So what you do is you click in this search location, you put in your house number, then your street address, then you continuously go larger. Then you can find where you live, you can find where you're going to live. It's really, really cool. You can look around the area. It's a nice idea if you want to scope out, or if you're going to travel somewhere and you want to know where that location is. By the way, in terms of traveling, alright, there's another thing over here called Get Directions. Now, Get Directions is like the search program. What you can do is you simply, yes, get directions of a place. So I say from A to B. So I want to go from New York City, New York, to Ottawa. That is the capital, right? Yes. Canada. That is what I want to do. I want to go from one place to the other. It's incredibly vague, yes, but that's how it works. Okay, now look at that. Now we can see a clear direct route, and if you zoom in, this will take you along the major highway or road, and it'll bring you from New York all the way to Ottawa, the capital of Canada. There you go. From the Big Apple to the Big Maple Leaf, I would assume. Okay, so that's how that works, and you can get incredible directions. Say, for example, you want really precise ones. You want to go to, oh, and then, sorry, one last thing. When you go to get directions, you can find out how to get them in different ways. For example, it will, let's say, yes, let's do that. I'm going to go into a street address. I'm going to go in here, and this, wherever I end up on Street View. Okay, I'm going to, let's say I live at Starve Hollow Lake. Okay, so I'm going to go from, you type in this, Starve Hollow Lake. There we go, Driftwood. To Hillview Lake. To Hillview Lake. Damn, Driftwood. Okay, now I'm going to search, and it's going to give me directions. Look at that. It's going to tell me where I begin my journey, and it even gives you head south on S Country Road towards this. It gives you perfect instructions. It's really awesome. Here it's just like certain key points at which you get to from location A to B. It's really, really, really good for getting directions to general areas. It's really incredible. And then from here, you can click whether you want to go by car. Let's say you don't have a car. I want to get there. I'm cycling. How would I get there? When I want to cycle. And it'll change the route if appropriate, and it'll tell me where I can cycle from. Walking does the same thing, tells me the different walking. You see right there, it's changed slightly, and it's going to zoom in, and oh, I don't want to do that. And then you can get train as well. Say you want to take a train. Seems if you want to take a train, you're pretty screwed for this. Anyways, it's really, really, really cool. And you can find locations anywhere, and it's really great if you're just trying to find somewhere you need help to find a location. So basically, I've showed you how to zoom in on places, find your own house, find your friend's house, find a certain apartment or whatever where you're going to move, things like that, whatnot, and blah, blah, blah. I've also shown you how to, you click from dot, type in your location. After that, then you write space and then to dot, and then go to that location, and then it'll give you the directions, and you can click where you want to go. Alright, so that is the very, very basics. Now before I go, I just want to say some of the really kind of fun things that you can do. One is this. You can actually go from Earth to sky to Mars to Moon. And yes, it is exactly what it says. I click on Mars and it stops becoming Google Earth and becomes, well, Google Mars in a sense. I go to Mars. And I can zoom in on Mars and I see all the pictures taken by other satellites. Oh, geez, that is a lot of strange things. What? Is that a building? Do they have a building there? See, it's things like, what the heck is that? I'm assuming that's old pictures, some composition of old pictures. That's, what in the world? Anyway, you see, that's what's really, really cool, is you can go to other planets, see strange things. Like, what in the world is that thing? Unfortunately, you can't do Street View here. But you can see some really, really cool things. Looks like you don't have to be an astronaut to see these kind of things. Alright, that's another really, really cool feature. You can go between planets, Mars, sky, ooh, which ends you up in, yes, not the sky on the planet, but the constellations. Welcome to the galaxy. Alright, okay, so you can go through many of these different things, and It's really, really cool, and I highly suggest that you explore them yourselves. It's really, really beautiful. You get to look at different constellations, locations, things like that. Another thing that's really, really cool, and something I want to get to before I leave, because it's very, very long now, is I want to show you how to play a game. Yes, a game on Google Earth. A game, you say. Well, what type of game is that? And that looks like an alien spacecraft over there. Never mind. A game, you say. Well, I'm going to tell you what kind of game. It is a flight simulator game. Yes, you don't have to buy any of them, because Google Earth comes with one. It's called Flight Simulator. You go to Tools, click Flight Simulator, and then you have a choice. You have a choice between an F-15 fighter, called the Viper, and a high-performance four-seater. This one is for slow people who really don't know what they're doing. This is for really fast people who do know what they're doing. I suggest going the slow one for newbies, or if you want to die, go ahead and click the F-15. Then you can click on a joystick. Yes, you can add your own joystick. It's really, really cool. And I can go from current view. I can set up my airplane right here, or airport. I honestly suggest airport. And I'm going to start from Hamburg, runway 15. I'm going to start my flight. And I'm being placed. Wait for the world to load, people. Wait for the world to load. Don't just take off. And this is what's really cool. It's really a game. I'm in a flight simulator. Now, the directions themselves are relatively hard. I've tried playing it multiple times, and I found that each time I end up dying. It takes a lot of time to master, and I only suggest it for those not in Africa with really, really good internet. I mean, I can just about handle it, but... Okay. To head off, you click page up. But in mine, it is very, very hard since I don't have a page up on my keyboard. So you'll have to excuse me this once, people, for I really, really can't decide. I mean, I really can't help you here. But basically, yes, this is what you have. This is an actual thing. Like, look, you can see I'm not joking. This little thing right here is moving. You can actually move the gears, I believe. So this. I am sorry I cannot make this move. Basically, you go page up to go forward. You go page down to decelerate. You can zoom around the world. It's really cool. I actually highly suggest you try it. I'm sorry I don't have the page up and down, so I can't accelerate and decelerate. And, oh yeah, these are flaps. Really, really complicated flying stuff. It's really cool. If you have some spare time, I'm not going to go into details. Very basic tutorial. Take a look. It's really fun flying around the planet. It honestly is. It's just a lot of fun. That's no other use. Then you go to Tools, Exit Flight Simulator, and boom, there you go. Oh yeah, other games. This is really the only legit game, but there are other ways to play games on Google Earth. For example, if you go online, you'll find very, very strange locations. It will tell you, for example, go to location 155 in this place, and you will find something really crazy. For example, I have one right here, and this one is telling me that, this one right here is telling me, okay, I have a location right here. For example, I'm going to search this up. It's telling me to go here. Now note that Google Earth is always updating, meaning that sometimes if you find a certain thing to look up, it might not appear if it's something that has appeared once and then moves on very quickly. For example, this thing told me right now, apparently, I just clicked on the first thing I saw and it told me that this has a UFO location, like a UFO ship and a marking. I know why I picked it, just because it was just there. Alright, now obviously there's nothing. This is probably because the pictures have been updated. Whoa, imagery date is 2011. Meaning that something must have changed. Who knows what? Basically, what you have to understand is the difference between north and west is if I click this, look, location changes completely. It's pretty bad in that sense. I mean, I understand it's hard, but still it's pretty annoying. Sometimes you have to kind of guess which thing you're doing, and I found that finding locations are very, very difficult. For example, I think I'm going to go with north here, and yeah, as you can see, it was this thing over here, north and west. Now let's see where this takes me. Basically, so yeah, I'm just about to finish now. So just give Google a try. I didn't even go into features such as the adding place marks. You can add your homes, add polygons, you can add locations, add a path to something. It's really, really cool. You can do multiple things. Apparently there's supposed to be a UFO here. There isn't. Obviously he lied. I feel betrayed. Anyways, so take a look. There are really, really cool things. Also, look up online. I'll put it in the description. Check out this one thing about Mordor and Middle-earth if you're a Lord of the Rings fan. Really cool. Hope you have fun on Google Earth, and goodbye. Thank you very much for watching.